What is this music we're listening to right now? I'll tell you what it's not. It's not going to get you a copyright strike. Let's talk about this. By now, as a creator or a streamer, you will have heard that dreaded 4-letter word crop up. DMCA. Now, this is something that has come around quite a few times this year already, and every time it takes creators by surprise. And honestly, I do not know why, because this is not something new. We need to talk about copyrighted music and copyright laws within content, because I feel like it is affecting far too many creators out there, and it's causing a lot of stress and a lot of issues for people, when really it's a super easy fix. And speaking of streaming, I also have a Twitch channel which I stream on every Monday to Thursday at 8:30 p.m. UK time. So if you have any questions from this video or any of my other videos you may have watched, feel free to come on over and have a bit of a chit chat with me. I'll leave a link in the description. And I also stream on this channel every Saturday at 6 p.m. So feel free to come on by. Now let's talk more copyright. Now, I'm sure a lot of you will have seen this pop up on social media recently or on Twitch itself about the new changes that they are going to be bringing in this week to combat copyright music within their streams and on the platform. And it has thrown everything into absolute chaos. Streamers are at each other's throats talking about copyright law again. This is the 3rd or 4th time in 2020 alone that we have been having this conversation with each other. I was going to make a video on it the first time round, but decided against it. But now that it's come back again and people still seem to be a little bit confused as to what's going on. A little bit's probably an understatement. Very confused as to what's going on. I think it's time that we put a video out there just clarifying what it actually means, what is actually happening, and what you can do to stop this from happening to you. Because the last thing that I want to see is creators and streamers losing their content, losing their channels, and getting banned from platforms for something as silly as using copyrighted music on their content. So we're going to look into it in a little bit more depth, what's going on, and the easiest fix ever just to stop this from happening to you. I want to paint a little picture in your head. So imagine that you are a music artist. You've dedicated years and years of your life, tons of funding, and so much effort, blood, sweat, and tears into making something that you think is special. And you put it out there, and then all of a sudden, somebody starts using it for themselves, and you are getting absolutely nothing out of it. Well, that is what happens every single time that a content creator or a streamer uses copyrighted music in their content. Now, the DMCA is the Digital Millennium Copyright Act Services, who are a private company who act on the behalves of music artists and record labels who own the copyright for their music and want to stop it being used by people such as content creators or anybody who is using it in a public way in which they do not own the license to do. And the DMCA basically come in and they, as a private company, will enforce copyright law on the behalf of those companies, and they can issue copyright strikes and takedowns on your content and your streams, which they are well within their rights to do in the confines of copyright law. Copyright law in its current form has been around for decades. Nothing to do with the copyright laws has actually changed recently. That's not what is causing all of this extra stuff that's happening right now. It's just that the DMCA are taking a lot more action within content, especially on Twitch, and Twitter is also being hit quite hard as well. Now, a big common misconception at the moment is that Twitch has somehow changed its TOS, and that is what has attracted more attention. That's why there are a lot more stricter rules all of a sudden, and everybody is having their content taken down and some people are being banned. That is 100% false. Twitch has not changed their TOS at all in regards to this stuff. In fact, Twitch does not have any legal right to issue copyright strikes and takedowns themselves. The DMCA do, and that is why they act through Twitch to give you copyright strikes and to have content removed. It is true that Twitch has made mistakes with this in the past, from the fact that they haven't been specific enough with what they say in the TOS on what is allowed. However, another thing that people say a lot is it doesn't say anywhere in the TOS that you're not allowed to play copyrighted music. That is also false. It actually explicitly says within Twitch TOS that you cannot play any kind of copyrighted music on your content and that you run the risk of having your content removed. It has always said that within the TOS. The reason that this has started coming to light so much this year is because Twitch and streaming in general has properly broken into the mainstream now. Everybody knows about Twitch. Everybody knows about streaming. There are thousands and thousands of new streamers every single day. And the reason that this is taking place so much now is because there's so much more attention around it, and it's so much easier to see just how big of a problem it is on the platform. Now, I've also seen a lot of people who are saying, well, because this is all happening on Twitch, I'm going to switch over to another platform. I'm going to start streaming on YouTube or Facebook. But back up a second. Anybody who has ever been on YouTube and tried to upload content that has had any kind of music in it will know just how strict YouTube is when it comes to that kind of content. They are a lot more strict than Twitch, and they always have been. That's why I think so many people are surprised by how much this is now happening on Twitch, because they've been a little bit worse at keeping track of what's going on. YouTube will shut it down straight away. Every time you try to upload a video that has copyrighted content in there that you don't own the licensing for, YouTube will not allow it. They will sometimes make it so that you cannot monetize your videos, and they will then sell the advertising space to those companies. But a lot of the time, you will either get your videos taken down shortly after they're posted, or they just won't let you post them at all. And that's been the case for years. I myself, when I was a lot younger, when I was a teenager uploading terrible videos to YouTube, I did the same thing. And I had 3 or 4 videos that YouTube just wouldn't accept because it had music in it. And that was 8 years ago. What's causing a lot of stress right now is the fact that this affects a lot of your older content. So the DMCA can go through and they can access all of your old content that's been posted, which may very well have copyrighted music on it. I have posted things in the past that have had copyright on them, and I'm sure many of you will have as well. And the problem that raises is obviously if you've been a streamer on Twitch for a very long time, you're probably going to have a lot of clips on your channel. And if they have copyright content in there, every single clip can be treated as a separate case of copyright infringement, which means you can very quickly end up without a channel anymore and banned from the platform. And that is something that you don't want to happen. So I will say it is very, very important. You may not want to do it because it's a lot of your work, but it's very important to go back through all of your clips on Twitch, delete any that have copyrighted music on them. And I mean every single one of them, because one warning is all you'll get. One single warning is all you'll get on the platform for breaking copyright law. If you do it a second time, they will take your account away. I've seen it happen to multiple people across this year, and it's only going to get worse from here. So I believe Twitch has actually introduced a new feature which can allow you to mass delete clips. You may not want to use that. You may want to go through and find which clips actually have the content in so that you don't lose any of your other clips. But it's incredibly important. I can't stress it enough just how important it is to take that content off your account. Another thing that I struggle to understand a little bit is so many people in 2020 are turning around and saying, well, if I can't play copyrighted music, then what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to play? There are so many options out there for music that is safe to play on your content. You are listening right now to Stream Beats by Harris Heller, which is free for all content creators to use. In fact, he actually includes the licensing agreement in his Discord. I have a copy on my PC of the license that says I am allowed to play and distribute this music within my content. You can use it in any content and you won't lose any of your stuff. You won't get a copyright strike or anything. The DMCA cannot touch you. And there are so many other different versions of music out there that will do the same thing. Epidemic Sound is another one that I use a lot. Yes, it's a subscription service, but you know that that music is free to use at any time without the risk of having a copyright strike. And there are tons of other decent platforms on there yourself. If you have any others that you use yourself, pop them down in the comments for other people to see, because there are still so many people who don't know what copyright free music is out there. So if you pop them down there, People who come by the video then will be able to see them, and hopefully that will save their content from being taken away. Now, this is another common misconception that's very important to think about, really. A lot of people say that, oh, I'm paying for Spotify, so I can use that music because I'm paying for it. Well, no, that's not how it works, unfortunately. You are paying for personal use. You are licensed to use that music personally. However, you are not allowed to distribute it to anybody else. And that is exactly what you're doing with your content. You are essentially distributing that music to everybody who is watching your content, which is not covered by the licensing that Spotify gives you when you pay for their service. So just because you are subscribed to Spotify or Spotify Premium or whatever, does not cover you to use music in your content at all. That is flat out false. Another piece of advice that I would give you guys is to go out and learn copyright law for yourself. It's something that I've sat down and looked through quite a bit over the last few months while all of this has been going on, because I think it's very important for people to understand why this is happening and why it's going to keep happening and why there is no way to stop it from happening. Because like I say, this has been law for a very, very long time. And yes, it can be very confusing. So if you just sit down, take a bit of time to learn for yourself, you will be able to understand exactly what's going on and why. And I really hope that this video has been in some way helpful to clarifying at least what is going on and why. And I hope that you guys have taken something from it. If you really enjoyed the video and found it helpful, please make sure to leave a like on the video, because it really helps support the channel and it helps me to help other people as well. And if you want to stick around on the channel for more, don't forget to subscribe as well. And like I mentioned briefly earlier on, I am a streamer myself over on Twitch every Monday to Thursday at 8:30 p.m. UK time. So I'll drop a link down in the description to my channel. And you can also follow me on all of my other socials, such as TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. We can have a conversation, get to know each other, talk more about copyright if you want, whatever you fancy. I love getting to know you guys. I love sitting and chatting with people. So if you want to have a conversation, feel free to hit me up on any of those. But other than that, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next video. See you later, guys. Turn all of this into obsidian, but that's why I was scared. That's why I was scared. Come on.